Hey everybody, I'm back again with another video. This time I'm doing another bike alarm, but this time with a built-in light. Let's go! Alright, so the original alarm system, which I liked a lot about it. I liked the mount. I liked the enclosure. I didn't like the horn that was built in as a add-on. It didn't work reliably, and I did pay an extra $10 for that kit in order to get that. So I sent it back, and I was looking online, and I was going to get the one that just had no horn, and I saw this thing. And this one has a light, and I figured, you know, I do like the idea of having a light that works with the with the alarm, so it flashes when the alarm goes off. It has a little accelerometer in it, which allows it to put the stop light on when you are stopping. And it's very compact. It's absolutely tiny, actually. And so I figured, why not give that a shot and see if this one will work. Plus, it also comes with a mount for the alarm system. So this will mount to my handlebars. Obviously, it'll be turned the other direction. And then we can use this as a horn, I believe. So it's got a horn built into it, it's got a light built into it, and it's an alarm system. If this works, great. If it doesn't, I'll send it back and get the other one. I did like it, I just didn't like the way the horn worked, and I'll have to just get a third-party horn. If this one doesn't work, I'll get a third-party light. But I want to give this one a shot. Okay, so some of the features of this unit is it's a USB rechargeable. It has a long battery life, light sensing, a quick mount, durable plastics, IPX5, a radio bell, which is one of the reasons I wanted it, a smart braking, which is another reason, a reflective shade, which I'm assuming that's the interior part of it, it's like chrome, and a high lumen LED. So far, it's not lying. It has all of those features. I'm going to program it now. You do have to pair the button to the alarm system, and the instructions are in here on how to pair stuff right here. And then you can also set up sensitivity levels and sound levels, and I believe the tone. So we're going to do all that, and then we should be pretty much set up, other than mounting this to the handlebars. So right off the bat, the actual button is not as attractive as the other one. It's very, very light. If this works, then I'll stick with this one. It's really clunky. It's got black buttons. It's got a black mount. Everything's in black. And then you have your light, which is very small. Looks like it's not super heavy duty, but the one thing I do like is that this is rechargeable. So a rechargeable battery, that's a plus here, and it looks like it's a standard USB, not a C. But that's okay, I got plenty of those. So that is a plus, that you can just charge it and stick it on, no batteries to replace, and if you forget it, that's okay, you can just use it again. If you press it once, you get the flash. You press it a second time, you get a slow flash. Third time is a fast flash. I like that one. And then just on, and then off. So there's the accelerometer. Goes bright. So we should be able to get this on our seat and then just install it in the bike. Easy peasy. There it is installed. That pretty much just cleared, and there's the thing to release the light out of the mount. So it's relatively solid. Should be okay. I'm shaking it. It's not rattling. You can still get to the button and still get to the charger. Not too bad.
So I installed the remote onto the handlebar on my left-hand side, and it should be pretty much within reach. You do have to use zip ties in order to get this on here, so it's not super sturdy.
Light installed fully. I've actually tested it now, finally, and it works relatively well. I'll have to take it on a ride to see if it can take the vibrations. It is mounted on with zip ties. I added an extra zip tie in order to make it a little tighter. It's still not super tight, but it's better than it was. The mount that goes on the post, I was figuring would be too low since I have this box in the back. So because of that, I mounted it here instead. So you can do it. You can press the button and go between the 4 modes, or you can press the button on the bar. So if you hit the button on the bar right here, it looks like a flasher. Hit it, and now let's change the modes. If you hit it again, change to flashing. You hit it one more time, goes solid, and then one more time goes off. So that's that. So there's the button itself. You can arm it. After the few seconds, it is totally armed. If you bump it, gives you a warning. If you bump it again, and that's very loud. Very, very, very loud. You do have a bell. So that's if you're driving and you want to alert someone that you want to pass or do whatever. And since it is mounted on the handlebars, that is actually usable. If you had this in your pocket, obviously, it wouldn't be as usable. But that's it in a nutshell. So far, so good. I do want to take it on a ride and just try it out and also see if there are different alert tones, but I don't think so. The other one I got did, and it also had sensitivity levels and volume levels, which I think this one has. I'm going to have to go through the manual and see if there are a few other settings. But just out of the box, that's how it's set up. It works relatively well. It does what I want it to do. And having the added light versus not having a light, I think that this one, even though I think that the other one was a little bit better made, this is the one ding I have on this is, the way it mounts, and the materials that are used are very thin plastic. So I can see where longevity might be an issue. The other one had some harder plastics and a little thicker plastics, and they were mounted with screws and bolts. This one has one set screw right here, but other than that is just zip ties holding everything together.
So let's see what this thing looks like in the daytime. I have to say that the light will probably be much more effective at night. You can still see it in the day. It's not like super duper bright, but then again, in the daytime, everything else is really easy to see. From a side profile, it's not that viewable, but at night you'll see the flash. The remote is now mounted in the permanent spot. I have my PAS adjustments. There's my horn, and I can take it off. Now, if you try to just lift it off, it won't come off. You have to press that button. So that's actually a really good design, so you don't accidentally knock it off while you're riding. So I do really like that. The different flashes are done with this little lightning bolt, so you can set your light pattern and or set it off. The arming button is at the top. You press that, you'll hear the tone and then a second tone. That means it's armed. Now if it gets bumped once, and then within 2 to I think it's 18 seconds, it'll go again. Let me disarm this thing before my neighbors start looking out their windows. It's very, very loud. wanted to say that. I think I'm going to do a night ride later, but I just wanted to show all the stuff I've done to the bike. I put on that thumb throttle. I've mounted a new light. I now have the alarm system. It does snap in quite securely now. I did mount it with some rubber, and it's a lot better now. If you look, I put mirrors on. I also installed a Cloud9 seat with a suspension seat post. I installed hydraulic cable pull brakes. I got these cool ones that are kind of like iridescent. I got these flat green pedals. I also 3D printed a little grenade for my keychain right there. And I also put on the front brakes. I am going to do the freewheel. I haven't done that yet. That's my next project, and I'm going to put a little light inside that open area there, some night lighting. Of course, I have the alarm light now, and I also installed this cool ammo box that stores locks and gloves and tools. So it's really cool, and I did make it locking also. So I've done a lot of things to my XP. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick dusk ride around the block or two. And as you can see, the light itself is a little bit sensitive on the accelerometer. So it will trigger whether you're hitting the brake or whether you're just popping the seat a lot. If you just bump the seat, it will go off. So it's not super accurate. I'm pretty sure that my suspension seat post does not help it, because obviously it will have a lot more shake and vibration than a standard seat would also have. But in this case, I really don't care if the light is just shining brighter and coming on, because I'm not a motor vehicle per se, so it doesn't have to work perfectly whenever I hit my brake. That would be preferable, and if I really wanted to do that, I would probably get myself some kind of a sensor that turned on with my brakes actually being applied. But in this case, I'm just trying to be seen. I want to use this for a commuter to go to work. So I've decided that when I go earlier in the morning, it's pretty dark. I leave around 5:15, 5:20 in the morning, and it's probably a little bit darker than it is right now, but I wanted to be able to be seen a little bit better, and I definitely think that this is going to help me be seen on my drive to work. So let's go over some of the pros and cons of this alarm system. Number one, it's multifunction. That is a good pro. It has a light, it has a horn bell, and it also is an alarm system, which works well. I like the fact that it does mount to your handlebars, the remote, and that it, although not super sturdy as far as the materials used, once you use a couple of extra zip ties, seems to be working well. Secondarily, one of the other cons is that the accelerometer might not be super accurate. But then again, I'm just looking to be seen. I want people to be able to see me at night so they don't pull out of their driveway or run a light and plow me down. So in that respect, this light is a really good addition to my e-bike. As far as recommending it, would I or buy it again? I would say yes. Now, I had previously in another video tried out another alarm system. That alarm system did work well for what it was, except for the horn that it had on it was very delayed or did not work on a regular basis. It was very intermittent. This one, I'm happy to say, works every time you press it. The light works very well. It does have a timeout feature, so if it doesn't feel your bike moving, after a few minutes, it will shut the light off, which I find is a good feature. Another good feature is that it's rechargeable, so you're not having to change out batteries. It is pretty waterproof. I have not tested that portion of it out. I don't plan on riding out in the rain a whole lot, but I do find that this alarm system is meeting my needs, and I would recommend it to anybody looking for an alarm system for an e-bike or any bike. Anyway, that's my video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found it informational and it helped in your buying decisions. If you liked it, please click like. If you really liked it, please subscribe. That's my video. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get the tech out of here. Later.